here we go. Just take a sec to look at these agents because we are going to be heading in just a second. Super quick agent select. Both of these teams got their comps locked down. We see the Raze, we see the Breach, Astra Chamber, and Fade to start it off for the Saints, whereas taking it a little bit in a different direction, going to be swapping out that Astra for that Omen. It's going to be Calgary there. Omen, I think Omen can definitely have his moments on this map, but I mean, we've seen that Astra do absolute wonders for the side of the Saints with that map-wide presence, that map-wide control.
Yeah, we talked about Astra, even though she has been nerfed several times, almost some would say into the ground. That kit is still so unique in VALORANT. It has so many different ways to control that map, as you said, cut off these engagements. That Omen going to be used to try to maybe TP behind somebody. You can use those smokes to set up some really, really fast one-ways. It's good for kind of getting in there and skirmishing. The Saints going to opt for that slightly slower approach. They're going to be on that offensive side as well, so curious to see what they're going to pull out here. And man, we are getting underway. Quarterfinals of the Canadian Esports Nationals VALORANT starts now.
Yeah, first round to kick it off. Borg gets aggressive with that boombot. Actually going to take a lot of damage from these paint shells. Stuck at 2 health. Marked and paranoid.
Jeez.
Gonna fall. Krakow finds 2, finds 3 off the start with an aggressive push mid. Frenzy in hand. But on the other side of the map, Saints have taken a lot of control on this C site, cleared out about the whole thing. Just going to be taking a slow walk, possibly wrapping all the way around to A. That's what the pings are indicating right now. But they're going to have to take it slow, and they're going to have to check all these angles because they have double the or half of the numbers of Calgary here. Calgary doubling up in terms of manpower.
And I think Borj got hit by 19 pieces of utility. That guy, he could not move from that corner, and that's exactly how you want to play out this pistol round. Get that utility layered out, try to find that easy pick or two, take out those entry fraggers. Raze, especially on pistol, having those paint shells can be such a difference maker. Now, Ems, over onto the chamber. We're actually going to see a little bit of a swap. Ems, we know we had that duelist route. Left. We know he'd been playing like Sova and some of those other initiators, but now going to see him on that chamber, putting that duelist aim back to work. The Saints, though, 20 seconds left to play. They're hunkered over on this A side, but Calgary kind of there to read it. Gonna just listen for that plant noise to go off.
Yeah, Krakow on this Fade, close on that sewers now. Gonna peek out, but gonna fall to Ems. Not gonna be able to convert any more kills, but I mean, you found 3 in the round. You got a little bit of information for your team as well. You can be happy with that, but Ems, not if Ems is gonna be shooting everyone like this. One headshot is good, but the defuse is being stuck by the side of you, Calgary, and they are gonna find the pistol round there off of a nice ghost headshot.
Yeah, pretty good play there from the side of St. Clair. I believe it was, yeah, Ems and, Jesus, I can't remember who was alive. Scrubby, good lord, already round 1, I'm already getting mixed up here. But that was a great play. Just bait for that chamber in heaven, realizing this headhunter is our best way back into this round. The Saints, though, gonna go with their tried and true strategy. 4 stingers in tow, gonna be heavy armor on a couple members as well. They're trying to answer what they assume is going to be a pretty sizable buy from Calgary. And they are going to guess right. 3 Spectres, Bulldog on Krakow, and that Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall on the chamber as well. Can be terrifying in the right hands. Borg not going to worry about those footsteps necessarily, just sending it right in. Hit by the blast pack, immediately spotted out by the trademark as well. Tough position for Borg, but not in the worst, not as bad as last round, but there it is. Skype on that B site, battling it out, finds the 3rd with the classic, while nearsighted as well. The 3Ks have been the clincher for University of Calgary. A 3K to start off every round so far here, and that is the 2nd round secured for them. They're going to take this bonus, and they are going to take it happily.
Yeah, and that was a game of inches. Calgary had 4 members at least below 50% health there, but ultimately you have to find those killing blows, and they could not find it. That skirmish on B site, Borj, once again, maybe being a little bit too far in there. It's a good idea with that Raze to try to get that space, but ultimately ended up getting trapped in that corner, got scanned out by the trademark, got hit by the Fade utility, and eventually got finished off there. Now the Saints looking to answer this round. Not really going to have a buy to put together. Early paint shell's going to come in to sway that early push. Actually going to find a kill on the Sushi. Take that back.
Saints just being ripped apart at the starting of every round here. First pick already found off of a piece of utility, no less. Paint shells, only one more kill needed to get them back up for the Rays on Calgary as well. Ems gonna have to creep up mid here pretty low, but I don't think they're going to be ready for this angle, only because the trademark had been sitting there for the rest of the game. But maybe Ems is already thinking about it. He's like, all right, we know that trademark's there. Maybe I'm going to have to shoot it out immediately. Here's the multiple player push to come through. Omen finds the first one onto Jello and spike down smack dab in the middle of that doorway. It's going to be hard for Saints to try and grab this one. Another kill off of the Omen. A triple kill on Sesquip there. Flawless third round as Saints had nothing in their hand but a few sheriffs. Now Saints able to pick up some rifles and presumably grab a round for themselves.
Yeah, and try to get this economy back on track as soon as you humanly can. Calgary already taking those first couple rounds in sort of dominating fashion as well. They're finding that early pick with the paint shells, shutting down that fade, and they do such a good job around this B point. Skirmishing, finding these angles, Omen being up on top of the box. One of the perks of Omen over Astra, you can teleport to these little weird spots where you thought there was a trademark. There is indeed now an agent. So Rezuk's going to take that early angle with the Marshal. You can see Calgary, based on these first 3 rounds, they're going to go for these early picks.
Yeah, they're going to try for him almost every round here. You see the fault line to come through, not actually going to land onto anything too significant as Ems and Borge, the 2 entries, going to be moving up this long position. Going to have to battle out a bit of utility, though, as a Boombot gets sent out. A couple smokes are good as well. Sushi spotted out in the sewer position, just going to take a few steps back. Saints not looking to lose any members off the initial play here. They're going to try and wait out this time and wait until they can make a full coordinated push into this site, or maybe even start looking at another site. But at the moment, they are just going to hold this A garden area, this sewers area, this long, and just wait for Calgary to make the first step.
Yeah, the Saints are not going to rotate here. Haunt going to go through. Borge is going to find that kill. Exactly. Oh, spray transfer finds that second one. Beautiful job. Transfer headshot. Sushi picking up the third of the round. That's exactly what you were talking about, Josh. They had to set up on this site, get some kind of set play, layer off that utility, and find these kills. And now Borge finally unlocked here. Gonna find his third of the round. Marshall kill. Not gonna be there. Ems picking that one up. Flawless back for St. Clair. Sushi on 6 HP as well.
Yeah, and with such a weapon advantage that round, you'd expect Saints to finally come through on the first buy round, find the kill, or find the round for themselves. But now you see Calgary in a very good place economically. They can pick up just about anything they want. We see the rifles come through. Operator for the side of Rezuk's there, and that's going to be a tough one for the Saints to deal with. They're really going to have to invest a lot of utility into getting that chamber out of the play, whether it be with a kill or whether it just be using enough utility to force him off the angle like this.
Yeah, at least dissuade that. And we saw Razux last time was holding down that flank on that chamber. Usually what he's good for, let 3 or 4 of my members hold the front line of the site, especially on Haven, where you're trying to find these off angles. Oh, Krakow going to get some vision. He's going to find that kill onto Borges as well. A beautiful job to find the spray. Pop flash goes through. They're not going to be able to find that trade, though. Now Kyle in this rat corner. Jello found that kill. Rat corner works out, though. Finds one. Gonna look to find that second. Gonna get shut down. And just like that, we have a 2v2 seconds into the round.
Yeah, 2v2 on our hands already. A minute to spare. Saints have a little bit of time to take this slow. The problem is, though, one of those 2 players remaining for University of Calgary happens to be Rezuk's on that chamber there. He's got the operator in hand. Now, the fact that they're heading towards this C site is a much better look for them. They have a feeling that chamber's on the other side, it seems. They're just going to force out the fight here with this Omen. Sesquip lurking very close in the smoke. Takes, 1 damage for chip, but the plant is going to have to come down soon. Jello shuts down the push before it can happen. 3 kills for Jello now, and it's all up to Rezux with this op to try and finish off the round, or maybe just grab a kill and secure the save.
The thing is, though, I don't think St. Clair knows this operator is on the field. He hasn't shot one bullet out of it yet, so this is going to be a nasty surprise for maybe Scrubby here, trying to hold down this back left corner as typical post-plant fashion. Razux knows one is in that corner, but more than likely, he's going to try to save the operator. Maybe if he finds his first frag, he tries to make a play, but it is very early in the game to throw that weapon away. He's going to have to fall back, try to maybe play for this exit frag, and the Saints are going to take 2 in a row.
Yeah, the Saints are going to be able to find that one. Rezuk's pretty much just forced to save it out there. Yeah, great, like, holding that angle, Scrubby, right? If Scrubby peeks even just a shoulder out, just a pixel out, Rezux is able to find one, and this round becomes infinitely more valuable for them, but the second win for the Saints cleaned up, and now Saints with the rifles in their hand are something hard to deal with. You see Borge has been just getting in there and just being a menace with the Phantom in hand. Such a raised weapon to have and just works so well to the playstyle of the Agent with that increased fire rate, with, you know, the slightly lower or the slightly higher, I guess, first shot accuracy than that Vandal as well. It just lends itself to that close range play so well. Borge now moving up this long position. Same kind of situation we saw before. Just take the space long, and then I presume we're going to have a nice slow wait as they bait out this utility. But it's actually going to be that, I believe it's Jello's ultimate to be used there. The Rolling Thunder cleans out the site, but not even going to secure the plant just yet. Dodges the Nightfall is Scrubby, so he's going to be under heaven, and they don't know he's not blind, but Kel is too fast on those headshots. 3 kills come back from the Saints. Showstopper pulled out, but shut down by Krakow.
That was a little bit ambitious by Borge. He somehow escaped the Showstopper with 2 HP, pulls out his own, gets shut down. The spray is not going to be there for Skype. Sushi picking that one up for St. Clair. That's going to be 3 in a row. They got a lot of utility out of Calgary there as well. They got the Breach ultimate. They got the Nightfall as well. They got a whole lot of value out of that one. That operator now going to be in the hand of Ems Uwu, who we know, former Jet main duelist, aficionado, proficient maestro. Now on this operator, the Saints turning this economy now. They're going to have a severe advantage. They can look to start the snowball.
M's on the chamber here. Going to be presumably taking an aggressive shot here down long. See, long is going to be... Will it be the chamber battle is the question. It actually will be. See, Rezuk's pushing up here. It's just going to be who steps out first is the question. Borge, nice little jump peek to allow Ems to push up there. Give him the info that he needs. Say, he's on your left and find that kill. Ems going to be shut down by a fault line and a Sheriff play there from the Breach on C site. Now, it's Breach and Fade to try and make this hold. Krakow falls. Sesquip falls as well, not before taking one of his own. One player left. It's Kjell on this raise. An absolute crack shot in the rounds before, but it's the Saints to shut them down.
Yeah, that's an expensive win for the Saints, so they had it. That could have been a much cleaner round. Credit to Calgary, though. That fault line into the Sheriff headshot was gorgeous. And then, honestly, that last player, I believe it was the Raise Alive, almost could have had that double kill. Neither one of the Saints was checking left. Unfortunately, that gun, very hard to hit those rapid shots back to back. We're going to see Razux now back on that operator. Saw Mzwu last round and said, there's no way I am going out like that. Probably expect to see that chamber duel come through once again. The Saints, though, 4 unanswered now to go back in this game. Calgary trying to find the answer.
Yeah, Calgary, down 4 rounds straight after you found such great pistol rounds and so much success in those early rounds. But now that it's come down to the rifles, the Saints showing their prowess. Calgary, no ults to play with really here either. The ult economy solely in Saints' hands here. You see Cosmic Divide, you see Tour de Force, you see Nightfall on the board. All of those are so great for, I mean, you've got the Nightfall for grabbing a site, you've got the Cosmic Divide for grabbing a site, and the Tour de Force is great for holding that.
Yeah, Tour de Force, ultimate equalizer of space and positioning. We're going to see the Aftershock go through. Borge going to wait back on that push. Has his blast pack still in that back pocket. Can still make that early aggressive push. The Saints, though, trying to bait out this util from that A side. They're going to take this rotation. They're going to take the walk to Poland. Try to head over to this C site. Calgary might catch word of this, but they might catch on just a second too late here. Only one member going to be over on that side, and the Saints They're going to 5-stack this one up, all on this Omen to try to hold serve. Nightfall is going to go through as well.
Yeah, Nightfall is good. The Eye not going to spot too much out, but Borge finds the first one on the entry. Creeps into that Astra Smoke, not going to meet anyone on the other side just yet. And Borge actually could have an easy path into Garage here, but gonna fall to the might of 2 players dropping down from windows. Scrubby on the site falls as well. Saints being picked apart on the retake. Only one left. Krakow finds the kill onto Sushi, and the defuse is going to be good. 4 and 4 here on the scoreline.
Yeah, it looked so good when the Saints got that first pick. They were able to clear off that site. They invested a lot of utility as well, but ultimately they do end up falling. M's gonna drop that operator. Luckily, got a decent amount of money in that bank account. Razux, though, still kicking with that operator. Now we have a dead even scoreline. Tour de Force ready for both of these, or ready for Mzwu as ready already. So gonna have that pistol. Keep that Tour de Force ready to go. The Saints, though, Calgary finally getting one back. What we expected to see. This game looks like it's going to be damn even, though.
Yeah, I mean, both teams back and forth here. Calgary finally having a rifle round that goes their way. Rezux finds one while flash onto Borge. That's the key entry for the Saints as well. This could shut down the rest of their attack very, very quickly, but a Tour de Force on their side could also be the great equalizer. Like you said, it just takes one person to get a little too antsy on a peak there from Calgary and just get shut down by that Tour de Force there. Sushi, Aftershock is going to have to make him move out of that position in front of Garage, but still, it looks like they're aiming for this B hit, right? But it's going to take utility, and things are going to have to be burned. Meanwhile, the side of Calgary not even playing on this B site. Now the smoke is out. Now the Saints are playing a bit of a guessing game trying to get into this site. They don't know if Calgary's pushed onto the site. They don't know if they're playing on site. They don't know if they're playing off site. And now they're just kind of stuck here out mid, out grass.
Look at Calgary's positioning, though. They are slowly starting to pinch St. Clair from all angles here. They have that chamber backside on C, holding that down to cut off that rotation. The rest of these members, though, they are ready and waiting with this utility to get on this pinch. M's gonna throw down that rendezvous. It's gonna be a lot of utility back and forth. Jello gonna get hit by that fade util. M's gonna be decayed there. Gonna be Krakow finding that first kill into Jello. Scrubby and Sushi grabbing a pair, though, into a 3v3. M's still has that Tour de Force. Z-Squip not gonna walk away from the peak, though. It's Scrubby finding his third of the round. Finally getting online. M's Tour de Force shutting down Kyle. That's going to be an operator back over to the Saints if they're able to recover it, and they're going to find some value out of that Tour de Force. They actually weren't going to get it back. Either way.
Scrubby comes into that round 0-6, leaves 3 and 6.
That's how you do it.
Grabs a nice 3K for themselves. The Tour de Force coming in handy as well, because it always sucks when you burn that. It always sucks when you burn that Tour de Force and then don't find anything with it. Even if you find the round win, it's like, come on, I burnt the ult.
That's all I got, man. And if you won too, you're like, I at least had to get the one kill.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to feel good at the end there, and it helps the economy out as well. You see $7,900 in Ems's pocket there. That's going to leave them very, very healthy in the rounds coming forward. Ems, though, shots from the Phantom are going to go just a little wide as damage was taken on to Krakow, though. Forge gonna have to push up this sewers area. They're gonna have to make this multi-pronged attack, but all of this utility shutting down the attack from the Saints. 2 kills straight back. Paint shells into the choke point. A little bit of damage onto Skype. He's gonna have to push out of that Astra smoke, and it's gonna make him lose his life. Now, 3v2 post plant for the Saints. 2-man retake has to happen from Calgary.
Yeah, Calgary finding so much value on these save rounds, doing such a good job to find these easy frags. Flare off this utility. Scrubby gonna find his 4th kill of the game. They're gonna shut down C-Squip. Razux on that Tour de Force, though, trying to open things up. It's a 3v1. A little bit of an ambitious play. He's gonna smell one in that right corner, but ultimately, with this weapon, it's gonna be so hard. The jump peek from Sushi, exactly how you counter that Tour de Force. Create that off angle. Tour de Force going to be shut down. That's going to be 6 for St. Clair in this half. Still sitting on that Cosmic Divide for the future as well.
St. Clair, look at the economy. All they need to do is find this round, and 8-4 is all but secured. Calgary, on the other hand, even if they win this round, a full buy still on the menu from the Saints next round. So Calgary, best they're looking at here is 6-6, which is a super respectable half, to be fair. But, I mean, look at those streaks of rounds that the Saints have found this half.
Yeah, and Scrubby starting off 0-6, 5 kills in the last 2 rounds, really wrapping it together with that Astra, and Ems laying down the law on that operator. He's going to take out that Fade, and taking out Fade this early is going to be massive for playing this take onto this site. They have that Breach Rolling Thunder online as well, but taking out 3, 4, 5 layers of utility, and to get you out of those corners, that's going to spell so good for St. Clair. They just have to make sure they play into this advantage and don't give it back.
Yeah, they're huddled up near this A area now, going to be doing this same hit that has been so effective for them before. Borge coming in from the long angle instead of Sewers this time, though, finds the first kill. Another kill picked up by Ems. Believe that was the player under Heaven there. He's going to fall. Borge makes their way under Heaven, and now, once again, 3v2 retake has to happen from Calgary. Borge finds the kill onto the Omen. Skype's gonna fall as well. 7-4 has been secured from the Saints, and they've got all the money in the world to close it out at an 8-round half.
And they get that Rolling Thunder burned as well, so now they're gonna have to deal with that Nightfall in the Showstopper. The Omen Ultimate not gonna be quite as big of a concern unless you're really playing those late round rotations or somebody trying to create those off angles. But St. Clair doing wonders so far, and everybody, timeout actually going to be called here. Looks like, I believe it's going to be Calgary on the timeout here. Would make a whole lot of sense to me, but they're going to try to get back in the drawing board here and try to get things together.
Yeah, and I mean, it makes sense. Like, you come off of such a strong pistol, and don't get me wrong, that 3rd round definitely came from the Saints getting, forcing it out on round 2. But then when the Saints come back and just dominate you for 4 or 5 rounds in a row and take that scoreline back, you really got to rethink how you're going to do this. And now, moving on to that last round here, they have to try and make it 7-5, right? Yeah,
going down 8-4, not going to be the end of the world ultimately, but the way that the Saints have kind of like catapulted off this momentum, I believe they've won 7 out of the last 8 rounds. They were down 3-0, I believe, to start the game, so sitting at 7-4, do the math, it's going to add up in that Saints' favor heavily. They've done a much better job of playing off the utility, because the first couple rounds, I think they were getting a little bit too puggy. They were kind of running in there and hoping stuff was going to work, and now they're deliberately setting up and trying to make things work instead of just kind of like, go.
Yeah, exactly. You can see, and you see the patience, especially on this A hit from the Saints. You've seen the patience every single time, and it's worked out in droves. They've been shut down on that maybe twice out of, I'd say, probably 4 or 5 times they've went for that same A hit. And I mean, if the B takes aren't working, you've seen the occasional C plant come through, but the A takes are what have been secured. Sesquip not actually going to take any damage there.
Yeah, just wants to get out of there, honestly, stay alive, keep that ultimate online as long as possible. He can reposition anywhere he wants to on the entire map. He doesn't want to get succumbed to one pick starting this round off. The Saints, Nightfall and Cosmic Divide ready and willing. Other side, going to be Showstopper and that Nightfall. Lots of game-changing, round-changing ultimates. The Saints are going to look for this setup here. Nightfall going to go through Borge, going to paint shell that back corner. Going to follow the Aftershock. He's going to find that kill, takes out the Breach. That's going to be a huge kill as far as utility is concerned. Now, Showstopper and Blast Packs are going to go. He's going to hold this angle tight. If any of Calgary heard that Showstopper come online, they're going to give this plant, they're going to give some space. Oh! Kobe!
Oh, he's able to find it from around the corner, too. Krakow, you thought you were safe, but that Showstopper is definitely going to stop your show. There's the TP coming in from that Omen. Just a little bit of intel to be grabbed. Did those all just happen in unison?
3 at the same pixel second. I heard Showstopper get popped on the other side, and triple headshot.
What a way to close out that round, to close out that half from the Saints. 8-4 now to come through. Sushi top in the charts at 12 kills. And now it's going to come down to these pistol rounds. Saints, you're able to secure these defense pistol rounds. Calgary is just going to be in such a hard position. You're already down 4 rounds at the half. You're playing into a defensive Astra as well, which is just going to give a little bit more value than that Omen on defense, at least in my opinion. It's just more map-wide control, right? You can actually help out your team all the way from the C site, all the way to A with more than just smokes.
Yeah. And St. Clair, they've won 4 in a row, 7 out of the last 8 rounds as well. So they are firing on all cylinders right now. Ems on the headhunter, gonna find one. Getting a little bit greedy there, trying to find that second one. Kiel is gonna shut that one down. Skype gonna get that concussion going through that main B site. Calgary gonna make this B hit. Borge on that battle frenzy though, gonna pick up that kill. Jello gonna swing, gonna find one. Gonna get traded out there by C-Squip. Now, University of Calgary gonna find that headshot. Traded out once again. Borge on this frenzy has been a menace this round. All on Razux here. Great angle with the ghost there. Finds that one tap. He is full HP as well. Not gonna matter. The frenzies are too strong. Sushi gonna keep that top frag going. He's gonna find that 9th for the Saints.
Sushi coming in and just being that round clincher for the Saints right now. Now 9-4 off of that pistol round, and they should be able to grab another one. You see Calgary not going to make that same mistake as the Saints did at the starting of the game, and they're just going to take their pistols and play for the gun round there on round 3 of this half. Saints, on the other hand, it's actually Sushi to keep the frenzy.
Why not?
The rest of the team going to be buying up there. Ems most likely got those headhunter bullets in tow.
What a paint shell. Kobe.
Kobe is indeed. Borge finding so much of these utility kills, really putting the Rays to use there. The Spectre, that's the bomb carrier as well. That's so much intel to be found from them. Ems whiffing those shots onto Kiel. Kiel's able to fight it back, but now Sushi, they're right behind Kiel here in the lower sewers, and he's low health. He's not going to be able to run for long. Look at them chasing him down. I don't think he's got weapons in hand either.
No, KL is just trying to run at this point. Both of these members of Calgary into the 10-20% of HP Razux. They did end up making that rotation all the way over to C. All waiting in the short corner. Right click is found. Not going to be enough. He put in his best effort. Now, Razux going to find this plant, get some money in the back pocket. But he's going to have 20 HP. And I'll tell you what, he's got a long road ahead of him to win out this round.
Yeah, 20 HP and a dream here, but did find the plant. That's going to help you out in future rounds regardless. Sushi.
That's dangerous.
Peeks to come through here, trying to see if they can grab some more intel, but Razuk's not phased. He's left Garage a long time ago, but has to push out of the smoke there as the bomb is tapped, and Jello shutting him down with that bulldog.
Yeah, that was a great play. They got a little more HP off him in Garage there. Nice little Corgi spray on the way out for St. Clair. That's going to be their 9th out of 10 in a row there, essentially. They were down 3, or say it was 4-4 at one point in the game. It was 4-3 Saints. They have completely run away with these last couple rounds. We're going to see what kind of buy is going to manifest here. It's going to be a pretty heavy investment from Calgary, and I mean, they don't really have a choice at this point. If you're not going to invest everything, the Saints are more than likely going to walk to 11, and they're in striking distance of ending this game. The Saints, they're going to keep what they were using last round. Couple Spectres, that Bulldog, that Frenzy. No reason to burn the economy this early, especially, you know, give you room to make 1 or 2 mistakes potentially.
Yeah, especially when someone like Ems can just pick up a Frenzy just in case, but really you're playing Chamber, you're playing for that Headhunter. Ooh. You're not going to have to invest too much to be able to have a few bullets on there, and they're just going to be able to keep this buy for next round, even if you give the 5 there. But the paint shells are good. This Sushi Borge combo is too strong. One with the showstopper, can't follow it up as Sesquick going to trade him out. Sushi still playing this super close and will be able to have a nice angle on anyone trying to come through. 19 health on Skype. It's only going to take 1 body shot from this Spectre. Sushi could honestly just hit D right now and just run across this door. Finds the first body shot. 2 more gonna push him. Finds a second kill. He knows a third is there. Gonna spot him out with that eye as well, and Sushi cleans it up with the third. 1v3 to find that kill.
Sushi holding it down all by his lonely. The Saints. Borge is a clinical madman. This guy is running into the teeth of Calgary. I would say their defense, believe it or not, the Saints were playing defense that round. Did not look like it. Borge went and gathered all that space. I think that's like the 6th paint shell kill we've seen in so many rounds. He is getting all that space he needs. And even if it's a 1-for-1, he is stunting that push of Calgary, making them waste so much utility on the offensive side. Usually you're going to get to the site, then you have to burn the utility. They're having to burn through half their kit before they can move. Ems back on that op. Oh, he smells someone too in the store.
Yeah, he can smell it. He can taste it. All of his senses are tingling right now as he's waiting for this peak to come through. There it is. M's gonna clean up the first pick of the round now. Calgary on a save round here as well. Gonna be hard for them to really play this one out. No traces on that Phantom. They're not gonna know where Borge was. Double kill for Borge and bomb down. Now, both players from Calgary here. Very, very tough position. All you've got is Deagles in hand, and you're gonna fall. Skype is able to find Borge to start it off, but the round is all but secured at this point. One player left. It's Razux in a 1v3, able to pick up a Vandal, but he's about to peek into 2. Jello cleans it up at the end.
Yeah, unfortunately, you cannot dual wield the Sheriff and the Headhunter. Maybe could have made a play if that was the case, but not going to find it. The Saints finding their 8th or 9th round in a row there, maybe 10 out of the last 11, something crazy like that. They have been on an absolute run. Sushi posting above that 2 KD. Every single member getting it done, though. Great lineups from Scrubby. Ems on this operator has done so good at finding those entry frags, and when the Saints have found that first pick, they have thrived this entire match. Now they're going to have that Nightfall. Tour de Force is going to come out for Calgary. It is gut check time. They have a full buy. It is now or never.
Yeah, and this is about the last round. They have 1 round away for the Saints. You saw Calgary saved on that last round. Now they've got the full buy, backs against the wall. They have to make it happen here, starting off aggressive on that C site. Borge playing close here in Garage. Boombot actually doesn't hop over that little ledge there. Kind of misled by the smoke, it seems. Borge, I thought he spotted one out, but too quick indeed. Krakow gonna be good on those shots. Finds the second for themselves. Ems still has this op in hand, still can provide this resistance, but now stuck in a 1v4. At this point, just waiting to fall. Sesquip finds the headshot. 5th round secured for Calgary. Saints should have enough to rebuy in this, but not sure where the economies are looking. They should have enough. I think most players will have it. Yeah. Ems not going to commit to anything just yet. I see 7 out of 8 on that
I was going to say.
Wonder if they're just going to play for an alt orb here.
I would think
very interesting.
Yeah, that might be the case, and I love that Calgary decided to not beat their head into the wall at A. It didn't work. I think, what was it, 4 or 5 times in a row. The Saints' early aggression was far too much. They make a great play onto that middle of CB hit. They flood Garage with utility, basically just come out and knock the Saints silly. Exactly the round they had to have. That Tour de Force is going to be online. They did play for that ultimate orb. Calgary has that Rolling Thunder in the back pocket. Scrubby going to go for this early engage. Going to get tagged up just a little bit. Shoulder to shoulder. Going to find that kill on Kyle. The Battle Astra proving dividends, and he will escape with his life. That is a huge play.
Huge play to find the first pick. Tour de Force is good for the second. They did head up garden, head up long, grab that orb as well to secure it. Borge finds the 3rd kill for the Saints this round, and they've got info. Both other players sitting here grass. Scrubby not going to end up nearsighted, but can't hit the shot. Krakow comes back with a headshot. Has to fight it out against the rest of the Saints, but Sushi with the wall bang through the door cleans it up. 13-5 in quick fashion. It's the first map going to the Saints.
Yeah, believe it or not, it was 4-3 for Calgary, I believe, at one point in that game. The Saints completely... It was 3-0. Yeah, exactly. It was 3-0 at one point. The Saints pretty much duffying them the entire rest of the way. They played so well. Sushi over onto the fade. Ems back onto the chamber. Something we haven't really seen. I know they've been kind of toying with different agents or different players they maybe want to put on certain roles. Ems, we haven't seen too much of him on chamber, but doing exactly what he had to do. Finding those early picks, creating that momentum in the Saints, taking map 1.
Yeah, speaking of different agents and different comps, we're going to have a whole different map
than we usually see
coming up here. Breeze is going to be your map 2, and I am sure we are finally going to see, some different agent picks of Breeze is a very different map than something like Haven, something like Ascent, right? Very wide open. Characters like Viper might come back in. Viper, insanely strong on Breeze. I know some people like to run the Neon as well. Not sure where Neon lives in the meta at this point.
Honestly, I haven't seen her as much, but it would be fun.
Yeah, it would be fun to see, but we are going to have to take a look at the agent select when we return after short break. Footsteps necessarily, just sending it right in. Hit by the blast pack, immediately spotted out by the trademark as well. Tough position for Borge, but not in the worst, not as bad as last round, but there it is. Skype on that B site, battling it out, finds the 3rd with the trademarks there. Maybe I'm gonna have to shoot it out immediately. Here's the multiple player push to come through. Omen finds the first one onto Jello, and Spike down. smack dab in the middle of that doorway. It's going to be hard for Saints to try and grab this one. Another kill off of the Omen. A triple kill on a garden area, this sewers area, this long, and just wait for Calgary to make the first step.
Yeah, the Saints are not going to rotate here. Haunt going to go through. Borge is going to find that kill. Exactly. Oh, spray transfer finds that second one. Beautiful job. Transfer headshot. Sushi picking up the third of the round. That's exactly what you were talking about.
I believe it's Jello's ultimate to be used there. The Rolling Thunder cleans out the site, but not even going to secure the plant just yet. Dodges the Nightfall is Scrubby. So he's going to be under heaven, and they don't know he's not blind, but Kel is too fast on those headshots.
Oh.
3 kills come back from the Saints.
Oh.
Showstopper pulled out, but shut down by Krakow.
That was a little bit ambitious by Borsch. He somehow escaped the Showstopper with 2 HP, pulls out his own, gets shut down. The spray is not going to be there for Skype. Sushi.
Will it be the chamber battle is the question. It actually will be. Reasons pushing up here. It's just gonna be who steps out first is the question. Borge, nice little jump peek to the left.
Is gonna go through as well.
Yeah, Nightfall is good. The eye not gonna spot too much out, but Borge finds the first one on the entry. Creeps into that Astra smoke, not gonna meet anyone on the other side just yet. And Borge actually could have an easy path into Garage here, but gonna fall to the might of 2 players dropping down from windows. Scrubby on the site falls as well. Saints being picked apart on the retake. Only one left. Krakow finds the kill.
Clair from all angles here. They have that chamber backslide on C, holding that down to cut off that rotation. The rest of these members, though, they are ready and waiting with this utility to get on this pinch. M's gonna throw down that rendezvous. It's gonna be a lot of utility back and forth. Jello gonna get hit by that fade util. M's gonna be decayed there. Gonna be Krakow finding that first kill into Jello. Scrubby and Sushi grabbing a pair, though, into a 3v3. M's still has that tour de force. Z-Script not gonna walk away from the peak, though, and Scrubby finding his third of the round, finally getting online. M's tour de force shutting down Kyle.
Huddled up near this A area now, going to be doing this same hit that has been so effective for them before. Borge coming in from the long angle instead of sewers this time, though, finds the first kill. Another kill picked up by Ems. Believe that was the player under heaven there. He's going to fall. Borge makes their way under heaven, and now, once again, 3v2 retake has to happen from Calgary. Borge finds the kill onto the Omen. Skype's gonna fall as well. 7-4. One trying to come through. 19 health on Skype. It's only gonna take 1 body shot from this Spectre. Sushi could honestly just hit D right now and just run across this door. Finds the first body shot. 2 more gonna push him. Finds a second kill. He knows a third is there. Gonna spot him out with that eye as well, and Sushi cleans it up with the third. 1v3 to find that kill.
Hat off. Oh, he smells someone too in this door.
Yeah, he can smell it. He can taste it. All of his senses are tingling right now as he's waiting for this peak to come through. There it is. M's gonna clean up the first pick of the round now. Calgary on a save round here as well. Gonna be hard for them to really play this one out. No traces on that Phantom. They're not gonna know where Borge was. Double kill for Borge and bomb down. Now, both those footsteps necessarily just sending it right in. Hit by the blast.
Welcome back in, everybody. Canadian Esports Nationals coverage continues. The St. Clair Saints took down University of Calgary in Game 1, 13-4, I believe it was on Haven, maybe 13-5. They won the last 9 to 10 rounds out now. For the first time, I think in weeks, maybe months, we are going over to Breeze. We're going to see a whole litany of agent changes. We're going to see some competitive changes as well. I am so excited to not see Haven Binder Ascent.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're seeing Haven and possibly
you know what I
Ascent,
mean. You know what I mean. Same
yeah,
combo.
I am right there with you, Breeze. It's gonna be a breath of fresh air, a nice breeze,
nice trip to the
come
coast.
through. Yeah, exactly. Nice trip to the coast here for sure. Saints up 1-0 in the series. This is a best of 3. Saints on match point here, and it's exactly what I was talking about. We get to see some different agents come through. It's not a lot of maps where Sova is run anymore. It's not a lot of maps where Viper is run anymore. We get to see those come through, and we're actually seeing 100% mirrored comps here from both teams.
Scrubby on the Jet too. Definitely a little change up in the agents there. Scrubby has been playing those controllers, some of those Sentinels the last couple weeks. M's still going to be over onto that Chamber, and Borge on the Viper. We're going to see some wildly drastic changes in playstyle. I mean, Borge, you can't really go run and gun on the raids on this map, so we expected to see some changes, but wow, what a shock.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Borden on the Jet before, but, often the Saints do switch up their roles on different maps. Jello to start it off with the first pick. Jello and Scrubby down mid. Thanks to that Viper wall from Borge, they're able to make it out unscathed as well. Ems takes contact.
Wow.
Jello finds 4?
I believe 4.
Or 3 for himself, and then Scrubby with the first one as well. Last player left alive is... We had a bit of an epiphany about this one. It's probably Kyle.
Thanks, Adam. Probably not Kiel, but he is going to find 2 kills.
Crazy kills from Kyle with that classic, but still stuck in a 1v3. You've still got an uphill battle, but you've got the time to do it here.
He's got a flash, too. He's got that flash. He'll get that suppressed knife back in about 20 seconds, and at this point, you're trying to get as much charge for that null command as humanly possible. He did go light armor in Classic this time around, so he's got a little bit of armor on top of that 91 HP, but the Saints, if they're ready for this rotation, they should be able to snuff this one out. Sushi waiting in the absolute perfect spot, but Kyle, he's going to send that rotation back the other way, realizing this is going to be a pretty hard push one way or the other. He's going to wrap around here. Still waiting, though. It's going to be one of the St. Clair members. They're going to spot out that info. They're going to send a shock dart. Little face check with the shock dart from Sushi. It will work nonetheless. That's going to be pistol over to the Saints.
Yeah, he had a feeling Kyle was going to get aggressive with that one. Start to just push around the corner. You've got a Classic in hand. Why wouldn't you, right? But when you're taking about, I think it was like 63 damage from that shock dart, that is going to chunk you enough to be able to just get body shotted down. And that's pistol round secured by the Saints here on Breeze. Able to grab some weapons for themselves. Scrubby with that light armor Vandal as well, round 2. If Scrubby is able to just carry that on through a few more rounds, that could pay dividends in the future. But you can't forget Jello on that Bulldog. The right click from the Bulldog is very, very potent on Breeze. It's a very long-range map, and you're able to just burst unarmored targets down with one shot.
And that's why I think that we're going to see the Vandal this time out. Instead of usually that Spectre Bulldog half-pipe we see on a lot of these other maps, Breeze, it gives you a lot more agency to find that first blood, maybe find that first pick or two on those long ranges, especially with that Vandal being known as sort of the better long-range weapon as opposed to the Phantom. Phantom more of a run-and-gun weapon. Borge going to pick up first blood there. Jello going to nade out double door there, trying to stop that push. Going to get killed, though, by that Jet. Scrubby going to answer the call, though, right back there. Going to cloudburst on that recon dart. Try to find this frag. He's going to get run up on. That right-click Classic, just too powerful. Scrubby going to get taken down. That's going to be a Vandal over to Calgary as well.
There they are.
Yeah, having that in hand, especially when they came into this round with literally nothing, is going to be huge. Krakow on the Sova this time has that Vandal in hand now. Sushi going to have to make this push. Sushi finds one. Sushi finds the third of the round. Second in the gunfight. And Borge is the one who's going to pick up the point on that defuse. Secure the second round. Grab the Vandal back for the team. They're going to go around. They're going to make sure they've got all the equipment they want before they confirm this defuse. Sushi going to finish that one off. 2-0 for the Saints, starting this one off hot.
Yeah, we saw Razux in that fight after the Sova drops, tries to hot swap to that Vandal, tries to find that last kill, but the Saints too aggressive on that backside push. Cost them a little bit of money. University of Calgary did find a couple kills through the wayside there, so they're going to have a full macked and stacked buy here. 5 Vandals, full armor across the board. The Saints are going to answer with a couple rifles of their own. Going to keep that Marshall over onto Jello. I'll say the sniping KO. Not something we see super often. Definitely could see Jello pulling it out, though. We're going to see that Bulldog is end up going to be that swap. And then Scrubby going to stay on this pistol for the time being. There's Marshall.
Yeah. Keeps that for just a sec, but a couple buys do come through. We see the Guardian on Jello. While here now, Vandal in hand. Presence detected. A few players suppressed from both sides as the knives are traded back and forth, but it's not going to be the Viper that's suppressed, as this Viper wall is just going to not allow the Saints to really get any info on what this team wants to do. The second not good from Jello, but they shut down Krakow. Skype going to be traded out. Sushi off of the information from his brother Jello there. Ems finds another kill for them. The cross on this Viper wall is going to be huge. Sushi cleans it up. 3 rounds straight. The Saints keep the momentum going, taking all of that momentum from game 1, convert it into game 2. Breeze, you know, maybe this has been that secret scrim map they've been keeping around in the back pocket, because so many schools are just used to that Haven bind Ascent, Haven bind Ascent, and now you throw Breeze into the mix, and some schools will just fall apart.
Yeah,
although
go ahead.
Calgary's got their, they've got their executions down. I think it's the post plant that's really been giving them trouble. I
was going to say Icebox, Fracture, and Breeze are notoriously known as kind of 50-50 maps in Valorant. You either love it or you cannot even play the video game half the time, and you can see how tough it is. The Saints have been super aggressive so far. They've been finding these kills. They do have the Hunter's Fury online, maybe to try to stop that plant coming through from Calgary. They're trying to get closer to that Viper pit. Operator lined up, though. Marshall going to be too powerful. Marshall over off. That's a massive kill for Skype. Jello is going to at least find one back in trade. They might be able to recover that operator as well. Not sure exactly who's going to be in that area, though.
Yeah, it's going to take an aggressive push down mid to recover that one. And top mid, I think there's somebody watching there as well. They're going to make sure that op is not recovered by Calgary. But Borge suppressed on the site here, not spotted out by the updraft off of Skype there. Skype gonna be shut down before the Blade Storm can be put to work. Borge for 2. Scrubby finds another Hunter's Fury, stalling out even longer. Krakow takes one down with him with the Stinger, but Scrubby cleans it up. Second of the round there.
Okay, credit Krakow. That tracking with the Stinger was actually nutty.
That was solid.
Yeah, that was actually really good. The Saints, though, especially from Sushi and a couple other members, their aim has looked so crisp these last 2 games. Not sure if it's something in the air. Maybe they're finally happy to stretch their legs on Breeze. They're going to pass around this defuse, make sure they distribute that ultimate charge. They're going to get that Blade Storm now. Null Command also going to be ready for them. That Hunter's Fury, finding the exact amount of value that you're hoping to get out of it. Disperse that plant, get these members going sideways. It did look like Scrubby did find the operator as well. They went on a little hunt for it, and they did end up finding it. It's going to be an early timeout from Calgary, not a moment too soon. The Saints, like we said, picking up where they left off last time.
Yeah, 4-0 already to start this game off, and no signs of stopping. Calgary stuck in a tough position now. The A hits have not worked. They've went A just about every round. Do you try for the B hit? I remember back when teams would actually play pick Breeze and actually put it into the map pool. The thing is, B was never that favored site. A has so many like set executes you can do, great Viper walls to set it up and make sure you get that plant down, and then you can play post plant from the cave, right? It gives you a lot of options. But B is a much more locked down. It's a much more, I feel like, stagnant site. Like, you're kind of going for the exact same hold every single time. Whereas A, you can kind of mix things up with utility and throw in these Viper walls, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, it gives you a lot more kind of creative freedom, like you said. They kind of get these executes, these set plays that they want to try to run. And credit to Calgary, they've done a pretty good job getting onto site. And even when they had the weaponry to win out these gunfights, the Saints, though, they find 1 kill, and then immediately you see 3 heads roll in that kill feed. Ems back on this operator. A quiet game by his standard, but we are still early. He has found a couple of those frags at least. It's going to be a heavy buy from both sides. Full armor and full rifles across the board, just like that Bulldog onto that chamber.
Teleport's ready.
Yeah, Bulldog in hand, but you see the op still in hand from Ems, taking their talents over towards B, which is where the side of Calgary seems to be locked up here. I mean, something had to give, right?
Yeah.
That's what that 60-second timeout was for. They had to make a game plan coming into the rest of this attacking half, because currently, you know, what they were trying, it's just not working in the end of these rounds. The Saints' shots are too on point. But they have to try and get something to work here. They have to find the site that works for them.
Yeah, they have to try to get some momentum starter going. Right now, they haven't found anything. And going back to last game, I think they've lost like 12 out of 13 rounds. Or it's getting to a ridiculous number at this point. They have to. It starts with one, though. You're not going to get it all back at once. That recon dart, not going to get shot out. They're going to scan out every single member. Op shot, not going to land there. Cloudburst going to come through. That Jet trying to get to the backside. Ems, Decay down to 6 HP, is going to escape, though. He's got low HP. Scrubby is going to find that kill onto Razux, though. University of Calgary, now 4 members left alive. Viper Pit will be invested here. Grenades not going to find the mark there. C-Swift trying to work around this Viper Pit. They did get that spike planted as well. Kyle going to pick one up. M's going to find that kill onto the operator. Going to shut down Kyle. Boars working in tandem. Going to find that kill onto Skype. C-Swift doing his best to keep things alive. Viper Pit going down. Now into a 2v1. All on Krakow. He will end up falling. That's going to be a defuse and 5 for St. Clair.
Yeah, Krakow in that archway connector. Not going to be able to finish that one off. And the Viper's Pit expended. Just about everything expended there. I mean, you keep 2 ultimates, but you had so much burnt there in the end. And Saints are still going to take that round. Now, being able to just work off of this economy lead. You see rifles being forced out here. The quintuple Vandals possibly from Calgary here, but with light armor in tow, it might spell disaster. We're going to have to see as round 6 will begin in just a few moments.
I almost forgot, too. They used the Blade Storm that round, too, to Calgary and found nothing with it. That's going to be 2 massive ultimates off the table. They did burn that null command from St. Clair. Viper Pit and Blade Storm now being popped. St. Clair, I think they can kind of feel like if we can win the next 2-3 rounds here, we can really start to snowball this one to maybe something like 7-8-0. They're going to be feeling that one. Scrubby, gonna dash away. Take that Vandal back out, but leave it to Ems to find that op kill. Couple of Vandal kills being picked up for Calgary, though. Maybe this is the angle they were looking for to kick things off. Blade Storm still in the hands of Scrubby, though, holding a short corner with this Vandal.
Yeah, about to meet Skype there. Skype quicker on the shots as he's ready for that angle. Now Jello in the 1v4. May just have to save this one out, but knowing Jello, I could see them go for 1 or 2 kills before they decide. Maybe find an exit or 2. One close right on this box there. The spins are just too much for Jello there as Razux cleans that up with the Bulldog. Is able to pick up a Vandal for themselves as well. First one from Calgary on the board. Not going to be shut out today.
Yeah, a little DPI check there from Jello. Had to make sure the mouse was tuned in properly. The sensitivity was on point. Calgary, though, now 3 ultimates going to be online in that back pocket. This is where they really need to start to turn the game on its head. Ems still waiting to see what kind of purchase he wants to make. Actually, it's going to be that Tour de Force anyway, so forget what I said. Scrubby, the rest of the gang on those Vandals, on that heavy armor, going to be a maximum buy from this Calgary side as well. Would not be surprised to see maybe the null command, maybe the Hunter's Fury come through for some kind of post plant, but they're going to have to try to utilize that ultimate to its best of its ability and not get shut down like they did a couple rounds back.
Yeah, Tour de Force in hand. 3 ultimates available from Calgary. Calgary, though, they're now taking a much more, like, default stance on this map, right? They're covering almost all the bases. You know, a little bit more towards B. A little bit of pressure in that elbow area. Sushi to break first blood there. Now Kyle gonna try and peek this one out. Viper smoke pop there in window. Sushi can't really get any more intel off the top, but that smoke is gonna have to fall eventually. That's gonna give Sushi once again time to peek out there in mid. Close off these angles.
Oh, this is getting real close in cave. Ems and Razux, the chamber duel. Who is going to blink? I believe Ems, here's some footsteps there. It's going to be some help coming over. Jello Gonna send that suppress out there. Tour de force shot, not gonna land. Razux is gonna find the kill on the M. Scrubby is gonna win out that fight though. Null Command is coming through for Calgary. They're gonna try to make their claim on this site now. They got the A site. Scrubby though, he has that kill. Jello gonna find one as well. Scrubby finding his third of the round. Astra, Jet, no matter. This guy will find triple kills and he will help find St. Clair get their 6th round of the game.
6-2-1 now after they drop the 1 round. They're able to burn a few ultimates off of Calgary's hands there and take another round. That's gotta feel good. I mean, you lose your tour de force in the process, but you take the round regardless. You take those in the end. It's actually going to be Scrubby on the op this round, saving that Vandal over for Ems. We're going to see Scrubby getting in a good position here on top of one of the pyramids. That's the classic chamber position. If anything, Razux on that tour de force is good for the first pick onto Ems, as the rest of the team is just going to start moving up mid here, see if they can take some space around the rest of the map.
Yeah, I would love Calgary to kind of initiate this push onto this B side and really commit to it, knowing they have the numbers advantage, knowing that Ems is off the map for right now. They still have that tour de force. They can have Chamber play that middle area, maybe play that B long backside near the elbow. Borsch sitting here on this B site with that Viper can always be a nuisance to navigate. He's got a bunch of Calgary members breathing down his neck though, gonna send out those snake bites, try to get some tick damage. Skype did get through that backside, though. It's going to be Calgary pushing onto this B site. The Saints are going to give away over to this plant, and they're going to have to play retake 4v5.
Yeah, a couple players revealed there off Sushi's dart, but Razux on the tour de force cannot be shut down just yet. 2 for him in the round so far, and more to come. He's playing on defense there. Borge, 1 headshot onto the opposite Viper there. Gonna have to use his own smoke to save himself.
Oh my goodness.
1 shot, good from Scrubby. 3 players still alive as Borge and Scrubby combo here. Krakow gonna take down Borge there, and Scrubby revealed from that dart, knows where this chamber is. Great crouch shot from the chamber just to duck the crosshairs there on Scrubby. 2nd round for Calgary has been secured.
Listen, the op is probably the best weapon in the game, and not when you're trying to shoot a recon dart and rechamber that gun to find a kill. Calgary, though, layering that utility beautifully. That tour de force finding them so much value. The Saints did get a couple kills at least. That's not going to damper the economy too much, though. Ems now going to be back on this operator off that tour de force. Kind of not a miscue, just got outplayed by that chamber. Razux had a phenomenal round. He's going to have that operator as well. The rest of the team's pretty much full armor and full buy across the board.
Yeah, Razux gets to pick up Scrubby's operator off the end of that one and just kind of carry that over into this next round. And now Saints are going to have to be hesitant to peek any of these angles. Cave, you know, mid doors, anything like that. They could just see Razux on the other side and lose their life in an instant. This Jet, Skype, gonna be close on orange box here. They've got an idea though. Scrubby can't shoot him down. Jello has to clean that one up for him. Jello falls to C-Squib in the end. Great flank from Sushi there, up, down, and now it's just Sesquib on the site. Planted, but not enough. Ems, with that op back in hand, is able to find that shell.
Yeah, great recollection there of the Saints. They kind of gave the site up a little bit, realized they had to kind of wait, play that waiting game. They do end up finding those picks. Beautiful job. All 5 members are finding ways to get it done. Borge on the Viper, trying to shut down the site. We got Sushi on the Sova going for backline flanks. Look at Sushi once again near the top of that leaderboard, doing such a good job. Sova, not really somebody you expect to be on the flank trying to find the backline pick on Chamber, but he has made his presence felt all across that map. They're going to put a little bit of a sting in that Calgary economy as well, and especially as we get into the latter stages of this half, that economy is going to be so precious. You cannot afford to lose weapons like that.
Yeah, I mean, you need to keep those, and dropping those right now when you're already down so many rounds. 7-2 Saints looking to easily clean this one up. We could be seeing a 10-2 half here, just given the economies right now. Don't get me wrong, though. University of Calgary, they're good with this Blade Storm. It hasn't gotten too much work in just yet, but they have it in hands, and we've seen Skype good on the shots. It's just every time they get the Blade Storm, it hasn't been good. A great peek from Borge to start off the round.
It's like a jump scare when Borge peeks those corners, man. Wild swinging. Nobody is going to expect that play. Pop Flash going to go out. The Saints are going to make a read. Cloudburst not going to work, though. Bladestorm shut down once again, getting zilch for value. Now Jello holding double doors. Great shot there by the Viper to get that kill. Borge instantly there to trade it. So is Sushi. These Saints are helping each other out. They are coordinating so well on these team fights. Why not a 3K for Borge, and why not 8 for St. Clair?
Yeah, I mean, why not? Coming through, it's so unfortunate for Calgary too, because they've had this Bladestorm now 3 times in the game, and Skype has yet to find a kill with it. It's brutal, especially because Skype is one of the players who's come in, grabbed a 1-2K off of the entry, being traded out after that, and just, you know, set up his team for success on the 2 rounds they grab. But every time that Bladestorm is in hand, it's just like the Saints are on a mission to shut them down. You see the absolute teamwork, the pop flash to come through, the double swing from Borge and Jello. It's beautiful hold on that A site, secure them the 8th round, and the momentum just not stopping. Saints just showing themselves to be the stronger team today.
Battle Viper. Skype, though, just as you talked about, he's good for that double kill. Back-to-back headshots on the transfer. Is going to walk away with full health as well. Going to turn it into a 3v3 just like that. We're going to see Razx tagged low. Scrubby only needing that 1 bullet to finish the job. Oh, ADS Sushi going to pick up Kyle. Now all on Skype. He already found 2. Tagged up by that recon bolt with that Cloudburst. Is only going to buy you so much time. He's going to get swing. He's going to find his 3rd kill of the round though on Sushi. Ems on this operator. They're going to let this spike get planted. He's got 50 HP. Can he find another 2 frags?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. First shot whiffed. Skype now has the time to kind of rotate into another angle. The only problem is both players now on that right side. Scrubby finds the headshot to shut him down. Skype looking so close to almost a 1v3 clutch there to come through. Skype falls in the end, and that'll be the 9th round picked up for the Saints. Like I said, 10-2 half looking really, really possible here.
Yeah, and we don't talk about curses on this broadcast, as we have mentioned plenty of times. So the Saints are going to be feeling very, very good about this half. They have snowballed that momentum from Haven all into Breeze. A map we haven't seen too much of, but by the looks of it, this team has been working away at this map. Look at the buy and look at those ultimates for St. Clair. This is a round they're going to look to have, and they're going to look to have with authority. I wouldn't be surprised if Borge walked into offensive side spawn and Viper pitted for himself at this point.
Yeah, like he's gonna use it at the starting of the round the same way he uses those showstoppers on the Rays. You can already see him pulling it out. No, he's just gonna walk straight into cave and do it. It looks like
he actually is gonna do it too. Early I mean, not a bad idea to stop that early push. Basically telling Calgary, don't come to A.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Push A now? Kyle, you can see he even has to be so concerned just about this angle right here with the Bulldog. Not gonna risk moving up for that Altor, but they have to hold it. They can't risk a Saint coming out of there and just flanking them from that opposite side. That's info from Ems. Shot wasn't taken. I'd assume they spotted out Ems as well. Skype hit right in the kneecap, possibly the hips there, whatever was poking out in the end. Ems not good for the 2nd of the same shot, but you take the one you're good for there. 2nd on to Krakow. Ems now absolute anchor point down mid here, not letting a single Calgary member pass. Finally, the first kill found from Calgary at Sesquib to trade out Sushi.
Oh, what a jump peek. He did find the shot through the box, though. He actually landed that shot through the box, ticked him down to half HP, finishes it off with the Wombo combo headhunter. Now, all onto C-Squib here. Lots of Saints breathing down his neck. The Bladestorm is in pursuit. It's going to be Ems, though. Did you remember this guy used to play Duelist? In case you guys didn't know.
Possibly.
Yeah. 10-2 half for St. Clair. Dominance.
Yeah, Scrubby and Sushi topping the scoreboard once again. Sushi is having a phenomenal series today.
I was gonna say, he like incredible. His aim, like I haven't seen the guy miss a shot. Honestly,
yeah, and Sushi is one of those players who's always He's always middle of the scoreboard,
under the radar.
You know, doing his fade utilities, doing exactly what he needs to get the team those victories. But today he has just stepped it up, and he has taken that to another level, just fighting it out almost every time here, all while having some solid darts. The drones have been solid. You know, they kind of shut down Skype in that 1v3 that Skype had found. It was all thanks to Sushi's drone. They kind of forced him off the plant and really helped out with that as well. Just phenomenal game from him today. And as we move into this next pistol, Saints now on attack. You find one, you're close to finding the game. Skype finds first blood there, finds the second, finds the third. This is what I'm saying. He's good for so many, but just not when the Blade Storm is on, apparently. Skype, low health here, finds the fourth. Sesquip to clean that up. Flawless pistol round from Calgary, all on the back of Skype's jet.
Yeah, Skype trying to get that Blade Storm online early as possible, trying to make up for lost time there. That is exactly what Calgary needs. Granted, are you going to rely on a 4K to win you 7 more rounds? Probably not, but you have to start somewhere. You have to get something going in your favor, and that is exactly what they're trying to do right now, getting that 4K. Beautiful job. Now, we're going to see that same mix buy we usually see. Actually, Skype now, just like the Saints, is going to take a page out of their playbook, put him on that Hero Vandal full armor. This is a very risky, but I think possibly necessary investment for Calgary.
Yeah, honestly, if they can shut down this round, they can keep that going. And, you know, even if you're able to find 4 or 5 before the Saints are able to find another one, you're so much closer than you were at the end of that half, and you've put yourself in a great position at the starting of your defensive half.
Ems will twirl with that butterfly knife, gonna back up there. Krakow hanging on, watching this angle tightly. All these Calgary members, they want to play aggressive enough to find these picks, but they don't want to give too much space away to St. Clair and let them kind of walk up and, you know, kind of impose their will with that utility. Razux on this sniper, on that Marshall, holding that long angle. Info going to be spotted out. Krakow going to get spotted out, but Razux is going to find that kill over onto M. So once again, numbers advantage. Double kill with the Marshall, trying to find that third shot. Not going to go, but Calgary with a huge advantage. Skype finding another kill, and it's going to be a flawless for Calgary.
Once again, double flawlesses coming through. Razux with 3 in that round, and now Saints moving on to a round where they've got a real arsenal in their hands. They've got a couple Vandals. They've got Phantoms in hands. What's Scrubby going to opt for? It looks like light armor for 2 of these players here, being Scrubby and Ems. But either way, you've now got, you know, real weaponry, as we'll call it. You've got solid weaponry in your hands. You're not going to be walking in empty-handed. Whereas Calgary, being that it was a flawless, kind of just get to carry that momentum over. They carry 2 Bulldogs. They carry that Vandal that you had mentioned that Skype had grabbed. And now the Saints might have to rethink their attacking strategy here. It's being checked by Calgary very, very often in these rounds. And starting off B every round might have to change a bit.
Yeah, and I like that Calgary is taking the space that the Saints are not really giving, but they're kind of forcing their way into that middle space, not letting the Saints kind of walk easily onto site. We saw St. Clair willingly give up A 3 or 4 times, knowing, okay, we have the retake strategy for this. We're going to play post-plant. Cloudburst going to go through for Scrubby, going to navigate through that Viper wall. KO nades coming out as well. Going to get tagged up by that recon bolt, though. Beautiful job by Calgary to find the tags. Krakow going to find that kill on the Jello. The Saints now stuck in this corner. A whole lot of Saints are going to go falling there. Another kill. Looks like we're on the eve of another flawless for Calgary here.
Yeah, it's just going to take Ems to shut it down, but you're stuck in a 1v5. No TP set up for yourself, but a Vandal in hand and a Dream. 85 health. Ems finds 2 kills. Now, 1v3 situation. 33 seconds on the clock.
Oh, the timing is everything, and there is somebody literally at the back of his head. It is a Chamber Razux waiting with that Headhunter. He's going to get spotted out, though. Maybe this will be the time that Razux will come swing there. Recon Bolt going to get the value they're looking for as well. He's going to get hard tag, waiting for that Chamber flank. There he is. There's Razux. 8 HP now, Ems. Just trying to steal weapons away at this point, knowing the round is probably lost. And Razux is going to win out that gunfight. Now Calgary making a little bit of a run here.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Ems was able to find 2 there is just mind-blowing to begin with. And so great on those long-range shots. But Calgary finding their stride on the defense here. 3 rounds in a row and no sign of stopping. You know, I feel like I said that about the Saints like 5 times there in the first half, but the defense just going to be much stronger here on Breeze, it seems.
Yeah, they've been finding 3 or 4 flawless already. They have played such a clean half. The Saints need to kind of stay within themselves, although this buy is not going to lend themselves any favors. It's going to be a whole lot of pistols, a whole lot of sheriffs, and a whole lot of hope is going to be ultimately the decider here. Sushi going to send out that owl drone, try to get some early utility there. Scrubby going to open up that top side door and tunnel here. KO Nate perfectly placed though. Jello going to have to try to walk on the site, and the Saints, this is their only chance to win this round, is to get in there and cause a mess, but Scrubby going to fall early on in the round. Jello is going to answer though.
Is going to answer with 2 off of the Sheriff. Not going to fall just yet. Krakow finally going to finish off Jello there, but Jello did their job flawlessly. 2v2 suck in now. Borge, though, Sesquip comes in at the end of the round with a 3K. They're going to be able to find this defuse. It looked so solid there for the Saints, and nonetheless a solid eco round. You got yourself a lot of value off of it, but they were so close to clinching that one in the end. Sesquip answers back with 3 and closes off the round. Yeah, for having pistols, that was almost as good as you can ask for. You got the plant, you got that money in the back pocket, you took at least a couple rifles out of the hands here, so even if you're going to lose these rounds, if you can stifle this economy of Calgary, you can bring this game closer and closer and closer. We are going to see Ems has that tour de force ready. We could see the blade storm potentially get popped on that other side as well. That Viper pit also available. Operator going to be in Razuk's hands there. Both of these teams, this is kind of that point of the game where it can be Calgary going on a major run and getting right back in this one, while the Saints could kind of stall this one out and take the lead here. Yeah, Viper's pit popped immediately at the starting of this round here. Saints gonna be forced to try and push through that one. Sesquip with 2 off the starting, a 3rd. Jello can still be revived, but it's gonna be a tough break for the Saints to do so. Viper's pit gonna fall. I don't think Sesquip was able to get back into it, but when you find a 4th kill, it doesn't matter. Razux to clean it off with the 5th, and University of Calgary with their 5th round in a row.
Yeah, they have dominated this second half of the Saints. They're going to keep pretty much every single weapon in tow there. I would not be surprised if we saw a 10-9 or 10-10 game the way these last few rounds have gone and the way this bye is going to shape out for St. Clair. Calgary has just been dominant on this half so far, and that was a clutch suppress onto Ems that last round. Had that tour de force ready to find that long angle, maybe give them a couple more seconds to play, but ultimately not going to work, and the Saints are going to have to figure something out because this is starting to get a little bit close.
Yeah, wow. Ems has an op in hand. The rest of the team with nothing but eco buys. A Marshal already drops there for the team, and you see the Marshals, you see the Sheriffs, and all you have left as your rock is Ems here with that operator in hand, but only light armor in tow. This is a risky buy from the Saints, but it comes off the back of that tour de force last round. Saints now 2 players down, half on University of Calgary's chamber here. Razux still holding this angle steadfast. They spotted out Kyle there on lower pyramid. Ems ready for that peek, not going to take any damage himself. That's better for them, but now it's a Sheriff and an op to try and make this entry play here. Spike is going to be planted.
Yeah, Cloudburst is going to come out there, block Ems' line of sight here. Skype is going to find his 3rd of the round. Ems going to get tagged out, not going to land the sniper shot. Headhunter for the follow, though. One member going to find that quick angle, quick scope now. One more going to swing behind pyramid, still not dead yet. Going to take out a couple guns there, but Calgary will maybe recover that 2nd operator if they want to use that one, send that one off somewhere else. But that's going to be 6 in a row. They have completely taken control of this game, and they are right back in the mix.
That off risk looking so close to paying off, but it's a well-placed shock dart there, or sonar dart there, to shut them down. Timeout going to be coming off of the Saints here, and pretty expected, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, you drop 6 rounds in a row. Something's got to give here. Something needs to change. Give them a little bit of time to kind of rethink the game plan here.
Yeah, they got to get back to the drawing board because clearly on this attacking half, things have really not worked out in their favor. And it honestly comes down to kind of what they did to Calgary in that first half. They're finding 2 or 3 picks within seconds of the round starting. And even though you can come back from that, starting around either 5-4 or 5-3, especially on Breeze, where there's so many angles to hold, you're going to be spelling disaster for yourself. In Calgary, they have completely flipped the script on this game. We have a nail-biter on our hands.
Yeah, and I mean, this is only map 2. Keep that in mind. Calgary looking to make this full comeback here in the second half and showing their prowess as well. I mean, coming in, Skype has been hitting absolutely nutty shots in this second half. Can't forget about Razux with that op, with that headhunter in hand. Just like, the quintessential chamber so far for the team, and they're really putting the work in here to try and make this defense as strong as they possibly can.
And listen, all we've had today, even the Overwatch score series, every single game has been so close coming down to the end of it. Valorant should be no different for this Breeze map so far. Calgary, they're going to have that Blade Storm online. Skype, he has found kills in every single fashion you could possibly imagine, except for that Blade Storm. You have to think he's going to be due for one sooner or later. The Saints have Hunter's Fury in that Viper Pit. KO Suppress gonna get a little bit of info for Calgary to start off this round. Borge trying to make sure he holds something on this backline flank. Calgary, it's gonna be a very aggressive push. Ems gonna get some info on that jump peak. Still with this operator in hand, lined up and waiting for Kyle.
Yeah, honestly, good for the Saints that Ems didn't get, you know, a little too jumpy and try to take that shot on the jump peak. Krakow down to 9 health at the starting of the round. This could be the advantage the Saints were looking for, but you really want to make a peek as well. Location revealed. Hunter's Fury hits one. The last 2 hits not gonna land though. Krakow dangerously low on sight. Spotted out and gonna be wallbanged there by Scrubby. Razuk's now in this top nest position. Top mid there has to kind of peek out with the op. Skype is on a huge flank. This could be dangerous here. Ems is going to live it out. And he finds two. Skype's going to fall. This is the round that Saints needed right after the timeout. They are going to flip the script. 2 players from University of Calgary here. 2 clutch players to try and end it off. But it's the Saints coming off of the timeout and playing that round to a T.
I was gonna say, the second that Viper Pit got invested, especially after they got Krakow solo, it was a round that they had to have, and Ems stuck between a box and a hard place. Operator shot, turn and burn, 1 tap with the headhunter. That opened things up. Skype had the perfect idea. The flank was absolutely sublime, but Ems, the aim was just a little bit too good, and the Saints were finally able to break that 6-round run of Calgary. The economy, though, still gonna be fresh for both sides. Blade Storm on one side, Tour de Force on the other. What's gonna give?
Blade Storm still in hand for Skype as well, if necessary, but Skype should have access to a gun regardless this round. Coming into this one, Saints going to be making it more of an A push here. Just going to back off from that B that works, because the B really only works well when you have the Viper's Pit, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, essentially. We've seen both of these teams only really send it over
That's
towards that
true.
B site, unless there's a Viper's Pit or just some crazy wall set up there on B, but most of the time these Viper walls are going to take their time and just land around that A site. Skype here once again, creeping up so far. Finds 1, finds 2, finds 3. Skype, are you kidding me? These flanks cannot be stopped. Scrubby is able to trade it out with the Blade Storm, but not before 3 of his fellow Saints fall to the hands of Skype.
Skype's positioning is A1 day 1 this game so far. He is finding, I would say, easy kills. The first one might be easy. The spray transfer onto the other 2, a little bit more complicated to pull off. He has done that multiple times this game now. The Saints, knowing that they went to that heavy A stack, I'm going to take space in this back middle area. I'm going to line up on this flank, and I'm going to knock down those Saints. Scrubby, Cloudstorm, or Cloudburst, Blade Storm, Turn's going to find 1. Second with the headshot, 3 on the round for Scrubby. Still has 2 more knives in his pocket as well. It's going to be another kill. Saints are going to get this plant down. Ems, operator, headshot through the wall onto that Sova. Krakow falling. Plant's going to go down. No matter. 4 for Scrubby. A 4v2 turned sideways on its head. Blade Storm value galore. Now sitting on match point to go to the semifinals. Calgary going to call their last timeout, realizing it is gut check time.
We had quite literally 2 of probably the craziest clips I think we're going to see all over Twitter just from the same round.
I know.
1 round, Jobin. Coming
man.
in, wow. Scrubby and Ems are able to secure that at the end. And now, match point. You of Calgary taking their last time out. This is it. You have battled back so far after that first half. It is going to be heartbreaking to see if the Saints take this one. I mean, Calgary, all the cards are in your hands to try and make this one. Everything except for that 12 scoreline on the Saints.
And man, Skype has been doing so good on Breeze. He's been playing Breeze perfectly, playing these backside spawns, finding a triple spray, all headshots. Calgary has done so many good things in this attack, or this defending half. The Saints just having those answers the last couple rounds. I mean, clutching up a 4v2 when you get triple killed basically off of spawn is a massive, massive play. M's the play before that, the round before that, finding that double kill. Now, curious to see the economy in the ultimate situation. Calgary, Hunter's Fury, and that Bladestorm. Skype been waiting for the right moment. He's been too busy getting triple kills with that Vandal to use that Bladestorm. M's immediately going to be on to that tour de force, and it all comes down to this potentially.
Potentially, we see Operator on
You want
the
to play?
field.
Let's play.
Tour de force as well. Straight up 1-for-1 match.
Null Command's
to
up now, too.
Operator.
They got the
Null
orb.
Command is up. Wait, they're watching this with that tour de force as well. Skype gets taken down early in the round. That could spell disaster for you, Calgary, especially if Razux falls as well to that tour de force. Ems, you are putting it all on the line here in the last round. Two players, Sesquire and Kyle. This is what it comes down to. University of Calgary. This is your last, possibly your last round in the tournament here. Sesquip coming back with a quick shot on to Scrubby, but the plant is down and the time is ticking.
This Null Command is going to come through any second now. One member left. M's 3 kills on the round. Kyle trying to get that suppress going, trying to gather info. He knows where they are. They know where he is. Kyle gonna find that kill onto Sushi. 2 more members to navigate. He's gonna find it. M's 4 kills in that round on the chamber, shutting down Calgary. Calgary goes on a meteoric run in that second half of Breeze, but they ultimately will fall short. The Saints walk away. They will be playing on into the semifinals.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a clutch gene, I think Calgary has it. I mean, you saw Kyle at the end there too.
I know.
If it wasn't for the fact that the numbers advantage from the Saints was there and the trades were good, I mean, Kyle could have had that one. He isolated it to a 1v1 in the end, but M's going absolutely ballistic in that round with a 4K to close it out in 2-0 fashion. Very dominant first game, much closer second game thanks to a crazy rally from Calgary on the defensive side, but in the end, your Saints are moving on to semifinals.
Yeah, we have had an amazing day of Canadian Nationals. There could be no better way to have Championship Sunday. The Saints so far 2-0 in Grand Championship games. They are now moving on to the semifinals, yet to take a match loss, trying to keep that momentum spinning. I think we're all going to have a decent sized break in between matches, though. We have some gap. Okay, actually, we are going to raid the Fanshawe Fuel. They have the League of Legends Grand Championship, so we're going to give them a little raid. We're going to sign out for the time being, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll catch you guys at Rocket League later on another Grand Final.